Claire Newell is here now to talk about travel to Australia, and we've got a lot to cover, so let's get to it, Claire.
Well, Australia, first of all, Deb, it is a place where you'll quickly appreciate the breathtaking natural beauty, as well as great food, culture, fashion, art, and most importantly, where you'll be welcomed like a local literally from the moment you arrive. But just when should you go? Well, the best time to visit is during our winter because it's summer there. So between November and February, if you can. How long should you stay? Well, since the flight to Australia is about 16 hours, I recommend you stay at least 2 weeks, if not longer. And where should you go? Well, Sydney, of course, is an amazing city. The gorgeous harbour, fabulous food, shopping, culture. But great cities are also Melbourne, Brisbane, Cairns, and Perth. But you also shouldn't meet the beaches along the Gold Coast. Some spots to consider in that area are Surfers Paradise, amazing beaches, lots of outdoor cafes, restaurants, fashion, nightlife, Coolangatta. And the north-facing beaches here are popular for swimming and surfing. It is gorgeous. And Main Beach, it's a stylish, kind of wealthy area with a fabulous beach, gorgeous restaurants, and high-end boutiques. But just what should you do? Well, of course you have to head to the beach and go surfing, because Australia has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And if you can, travel across Sydney Harbour on a ferry to Manly, which is a suburb of Sydney. You'll get a great view of the harbour, including the famous Opera House. And enjoy the food and wine, from Australia's spectacular seafood to award-winning wineries. Visitors they can enjoy local produce at world-class standards. About vaccinations and visas, well, you don't require any vaccinations to actually enter Australia, but I always recommend visiting a local travel clinic just to find specifics based on your current state of health. But also for tourists visiting Australia, you need an electronic visa. It has to be submitted online. Your travel agent can help with this, or you can do it yourself by visiting migrationexpert.com.au and apply it yourself. The big question, how much will it cost? Well, costs for a trip to Australia can really vary. If you're just looking for airfare, you can get a flight into Sydney February 1st through June 8th for around $8.99 plus tax. Not bad. But I do find that you will get better value in a package deal that actually bundle your airfare with accommodation. For example, there's a deal with air and 21 nights accommodation with kitchenette, plus transfers in February or March for $27.99, so you can see the value there.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Claire. And we asked for your questions on Australia. Now, Judy emailed us. We're thinking of doing an Australian cruise. Which ports of call would be best for us to look in an itinerary?
This is a good question, and there are several cruises doing Australia. Now, the most common is a 13-night cruise, and it stops in Sydney, Melbourne, and Hobart, which is part of Tasmania, before heading off to New Zealand. But if you have the time, there's a 28-night comprehensive cruise, sails all the way around Australia. It's amazing.
Wow. And Marta emailed us as well. We keep hearing that Australia has become very expensive. Is that true? We want to go sailing in the Whitsundays in December, looking for cheap flights and reliable sail charter companies.
Good questions, Marta. Australia is more expensive than it was a year ago, due primarily to their strength of their dollar. As for sailing or cruising in the Whitsundays, lots of reliable companies, from Barefoot Cruise Lines, which are more affordable, but they're more hands-on sailing, to Reef Odyssey, which is more mainstream cruising, or if you have the money, you can do private yacht charters. As for cheap airfares in December when you want to go, the best is if you can leave between December 10th and 20th and go via LA. The non-stops are really expensive, but via LA, about $1,590 plus tax.
Okay, thank you, Claire. Now, our next in-depth destination will be Fiji, South Pacific. If you have a question, you can go to our website, globaltvbc.com, and click on the tile on the home page.